This is part four of how you were never born out of wedlock. And we gonna jump right in. See, because all of these are attracted through lines we can't even see, proving that reality is an illusion. People stuck in delusion, the delusion of inclusion in a system made to ignore the organic life of reality, the builders of reality, the nurturers of reality. Like that auric field, these pods we coming in, these bodies are nurturing the organs, the organic parts. This is like armor, but let me turn this down. It's like armor, right? And so, like I had been saying forever, 21, because check this out. Look what Siri is. Siri is the wax. This wax is electromagnetic, bro. It's connected to the environment, connected to, so me saying that the stars are inside, the stars are inside of the atmosphere. Mhm. Everything we can touch, see, feel, sense, all of that. So Siri, when we say, "Hey Siri," I had to say it low so my phone won't light up. But when we say that, we saying, "Hey self," really. But with me explaining this um, body area network that they pushing, we explaining how the disconnect is happening. It is they diminish the parts that are organic. You start getting into you need uh, medicine. One family who partook in the big change from organic to this artificial means of living, the Medici family, medicine. But Siri, wax from Latin, wax, seal, wax, writing label, a tablet. I'm reading it. It's small to me, so I know y'all can't see it on the other screen, but beeswax, Greek, eros, is beeswax, wax writing tablet, beeswax, from the bee, who is just being, buzzing, frequency, transporting the little pods, the micro life, like the energy source for the flowers that's turning into sucrose or glucose or yeah, all of that, which is of unknown origin, perhaps a non-IE word, as a verb to wax, cover with wax, cloth for waterproofing. And we talked dehydration, right? Dehydration is one symptom associated with disconnect. These pains we feeling, because this is new, because any being would not be catering to the outside. They'll be catering to the organic, the Negro, the Negro. You hear me? Knee. Mm. Oh. You open your mouth, that's like the black hole swallowing information, which is light. But this is in like light blue. This right here, this word right here says cephalo. You see, we got cephalopods. Okay, but still, the word cephalo is dealing with the skull, the head, the brain. And isn't it weird? Check me out. Ain't it weird that all of the aquatic life, right? Like things that look like a brain. Look at this squid. Look at this cuttlefish. Look at these seahorses, things that make up the compartments of the brain. Because these beings here are what's weaving together, raining down the info, that fountain of knowledge, like I was talking about, at the center of the earth, drenches these parts of the mammillary brain. That's why it's important for us to stay hydrated. Being dehydrated is a disease, is a disease that it like that pain I just said, right? It creates this uncomfortable feeling where it becomes nearly impossible to think, right? But we've been dealing with it so long, we admiring people who have high pain tolerance. That's not good. I mean, you used to it. Only way to get over it, switch back organic, cause you an organic being. These bodies are organic, so the fuel that's supposed to go in these bodies is organic. We can't put these bodies take premium. You can't put unleaded in these bodies. Mhm. Now you get what I'm saying. Your car take premium. You're not gonna put unleaded in it for the simple fact it's gonna saturate the working parts, which are the organs, the transistors. You know what I'm saying? The gaskets. You're gonna saturate them in that cheap gas when they used to other elements powering them. See, this is why the body area network would be a crazy thing to invest in when all you got to do is take care of your vehicle and and the working parts and the organs, because the organs is really what's making up the being. Without the organs, no being. The luminaries giving the body plan to the micro life and to the macro life. To the macro life is more of a meditation back to the dark thing, because that's where we come from. We come from the dark because we're light. If you're, it's just how it go. Word forming element, cephal, head, skull, brain. Modern Latin combining form of Greek capilla, head, uppermost or top part. Source. Why they calling it the source? Cause it's the gebel from pi. The pi root of cephalo is geb el. You remember Gale and Egg? Uh, uh, yeah, yeah. It's just symbolizing some characteristics or phases of life, and they putting people or deities in the way, so you can't get the true phase of what's happening, this transitioning. So they scared us talking about heaven and hell when those are choices, but they forgot to mention one, which is the neutrality of it all, being neutral, seeing both ends. Okay, it would make sense for me not to pick neither one of y'all. Again, the Geb El, the bell, the Gebel, the bell. That's the uppermost part. The bell, because a frequency emits from the bell, like when cows uh had them bells around their neck, and when they move, that's how you tracking your cow. You know, by the noise, by the frequency, by the tone. That's how bodies are made, limbs, everything. Frequency, tone, vibration. So if a human being's frequency, tone, vibration is off or low, and it's a default range for all beings, no matter what color, ethnicity, it's this default range for all beings who have a body, because this body is emitting radiation, just like a bell would, from its tone, frequency, and vibration, healing people. The temple, the temple lost its name. It, the church, the temple is really what. See, when all these names changing through antiquity, it's knowledge that's being taken away when the names are changing. Just like with that, how they doing the people. So rock with me. Source also of Tolkien spell head, uh, Old High German, Gebel, skull, also via the notion of front, Gothic Gibla, Old Norse gaffle, side of a facade. What we got in there? Thorax, late 14th century from Latin thorax, the breast, chest, breastplate, from Greek thorax, genitive thorans, breastplate, chest, of unknown origin, of course. Poly word, poly, word forming, the word poly, element meaning many, much, multi, one or more, much, by root, peli, Y'all remember the clothes Pelly Pelly, right? To feel polymer. Polymers are the base for all change and transitions for genes, DNA, all that. Hook, pudge, European root meaning to prick, because that's what the sperm do. The sperm prick the egg, peeking into the view to see exactly what this angle is all about, to see what this breath is all about, to come manipulate it. So these, all four of these aquatic life indulge in one thing, similar like things do on the land. It's called the coral reef, right? And then in the brain computer interfaces, they talking of, they were saying something about fluid fluid interfaces group. Why? Because through the technology, they're manipulating our fluid, sending signals through this technology. That's why it's big, bulky in a way. Sometimes you forget your phone, because it's not organic. It's not true to the being. It's a lie you need a phone. There's no more tele, homunculus, tiny human being produced artificially. They saying we clones. We have clones. We clones of our mothers and fathers, right? Of these same stars duplicate. Um, but we at different angles. So see, that's what's making five Leos different in thought. In thought. Let's see. What was I about to look at? See, I got through all of. Uh, what, damn, damn. 'Cause all of it is linked together. So I'll get back to it. But we don't even call each other earthlings no more. Because it say, dig 'em, because we gotta dig. We gotta apply force to grasp our own philosophy of this reality, which is an illusion, and not get too entangled. Man, I saw a video. It was like 8 months sitting on a mountain with the snow blowing negative like 60, something like that. But back on here go to some use, something we can use. Mnemonic, aiding the memory, intended to assist the memory, pertaining to the memory. We had these organic uh, energy centers, right? Which is holding information like file cabinets, and we call them chakras. I'm saying the same thing every video. This is funny. We calling them chakras. How do we lose the control of our chakras? How do we retain the power of our chakras? Through exercise, through stretching, you see, through expressing, through exiting the body. Sometimes the power be, that's why we gotta go to sleep. We have to rest, basically. We have to rest, right? But if we can't rest and we in this labor trap, we be playing this game where we didn't we didn't said okay to the tech, this new age tech, and now they got us to where we can't even rest. What was I about to go to? I forgot again, but that's cool. It's just freestyle too still, and we still got some stuff to cover because people still gonna act confused. Like that's fine. You just gonna hear me not confused, but on the body area network, problems with the use of this technology. So you better know they working on how to bypass all of these problems, and that's why this mouth guard, this type of brain computer interface has this plastic because it's suffocating. Suffocate, man. You can't. It's just that simple. Like all of this plastic is suffocating the earth. Like the plan is to take your breath away. Take your breath away. You know how irritating it is not to be able to breathe? Like in the system, you have rights. In reality, you have will. See, they trying to embed this system into reality to the point where it's default. It's by default, and they pretty much did it. It's by default. If you don't go to the hospital to have your baby, they might come take your baby. Cause why? U.S. property. That baby is now part of the Social Security Administration, tracking all of his social development, negative or positive. But we don't learn at its deeper parts. But how to bypass, like I was saying, that placement. The options they offering you ain't the only options. Do they laugh at you when you talk about rights? Like, is this shit more deeper than rights? Basically, is what I'm saying. You gonna hit a wall with them rights. That's your status as a being. But yeah, so they know this technology ain't really suitable, but they still gonna try to push it. But data quality, Data generated and collected through body area networks can play a key role in the patient care process. You can't possibly care if we have a electronic base Medicare when system where the things that's creating, like, in order for you to solve a human sensational problem, you have to have sensation, feeling. How electronics don't have that. We thought the beings that was making it had it too, because they was beings, right? No, no. It is essential that the quality of this data is of a high standard to ensure that the decisions made are based on the best information possible. Data residing on multiple mobile devices and wireless patient notes need to be collected and analyzed in a seamless fashion. Within body area networks, vital patient datasets may be fragmented over a number of nodes and across a number of networked PCs or laptops. See, we don't look security. Considerable effort will be required to make WBAN transmission secure and accurate. So that means bypass a lot of morality. Hear what I said? Bypass a bypass the morality code. Because if it wasn't so, energy harvesting. And it's for the people who don't even know they're using energy to live. Frequency, tone, vibration when it's low, chronic disease, diabetes, asthma, heart attacks, anemia, home network, all the way up to the WAN concept. A con for a communications network that connects voice and data endpoints within the cloud environment over IP, repl- replacing an existing local area network. I know the network is the people, right? Because by geography, a people's biography depends on their geology. Also, another thing that's in there. So if they rewire the network like they did America, look at all the problems we got now. All because we said every all of them ain't like that and trying to help. Mm-mm-mm. Endpoints within the cloud, mm, replacing look endpoints within the cloud environment over IP, replacing an existing local area network, wide area network, or the public switched telephone network. I thought this one was pretty, the internet was pretty interesting. Mm. look like what they trying to call. Don't it look like the explosion of stars? And see, remember when I was talking about AI, uh, Siri. Hey Siri, Siri. Uh-oh, I got it at the. This is what we trying to connect back to. We trying to go in the dark, travel through time. We trying to crash up the ages. Only way to do that is in the earth, where you can see the pros, cons, and where you should be. This look like a galaxy. This look like a mycelium branch. Yeah, I don't mycelium people into mushrooms and see what mushrooms do help you mush the room into it's uh it's true vibration, frequency, tone. Now what I just come off of, yeah, because this is good for the roots. This is the base. This is what's on the ground. Mycelia are vital in terrestrial and aquatic ecosystems for their role in the decomposition of plant material. Damn. So check out what I'm about to say. So if the beings were being plant material as they were supposed to be, like I'm saying, organic, these decompositions wouldn't take so because they putting these artificial chemicals in us. That's cutting off our connection to like how that is affecting our future body because they ain't saying it because if when this power assumes another body and it expresses, meaning expands, how is trauma and past events and situations, how is that still trapped inside of this being? So that mean that ball of light, that ball of flux and power, right? Right. It's all in there. It's all in that. Like I said, certain actions will unlock or lock, right? Like we were saying, like with yoga and stretching and expanding. They don't want you to stretch and expand because it unlocks certain shit in you. Well, pain is gone to where you can think. They contribute to the mm, organic fraction of soil, and their growth releases carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. Ectomycorrhizal, mycorrhizal, extramatrical mycelium, as well as the mycelium of arbuscular mycorrhizal fungi increase the efficiency of water and nutrient absorption of most plants and confers resistance to some plant pathogens. Mycelium is an important food source for many soil invertebrates. They are vital to agriculture and are important to almost all species of plants. Many species co-growing with the fungi. Mycelium is a primary factor in some plants' health, nutrient intake, and growth, with mycelium being a major factor to plant fitness. So, with the idea that they want, it's a certain type of being um, that didn't go through all of this. So I understand the poisoning, or you so numb that you forgot that you even had to go through these phases like that. This chakra system dying 7 times, um, to where you realize it's just you. Like, I'm conversing with my homie. We say one sperm hit the egg, right? What happened to the other ones? What happened to the other ones? Mm. So just because they clearly didn't hit with me or come in with me, peak with me, whatever, don't mean that I can't learn nothing from their point of view. Because at the same time they died, and I lived. No, nothing happened to the other sperm. They still here. They got through too, just at another point in time, another point in emission, right? That's what everybody is. They the other sperm. Mm. But we can't block them out because it's that's what see, and this is why we saying you gotta wake up. Cause we thinking that we the only sperm that woke, that got shocked with the electromagnetic magnetic. Just we think we the ones that came to be. You wake everybody up who's supposed to be. Oh man. And then whoever this knowledge ain't resonating with, then that mean they something else. Cause it all boils up to one point, that this is all imaginary due to this threaded reality. This holographic illusion. Right. Mycelial memory and intelligence. Current research on collective mycelial intelligence is limited, and while many studies have observed memory and the exchange of electric charge across mycelial networks, this is insufficient evidence to make conclusions about how sensory data is processed in these networks. However, some examples of increased thermal resistance in filamentous fungi suggest a power-laid relationship for memory and exposure to a stimulus. Mycelia have also demonstrated the ability to edit their genetic structures within a lifetime due to antibiotic or other extracellular stressors. The path of least resistance due to stress, come on, which can cause rapid acquisition of resistant genes like those in C. auris. It's a species of fungus that grows as a yeast, but fungus. What they saying? A sponge. Real quick.